He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it.
Wait, they were gonna react to this shit show going on in the White House. I mean, it's fascinating to watch the collapse of the West, you know. They're destabilizing, you know, Europe and all that. I mean, I'm no expert in geopolitics. I'm just like, I
What
need
kind of
some
diplomacy,
context.
JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for
So this person is talking about respect. First of all, you cannot. Hey, look at Zelensky. He's mad. I mean, how are you gonna be like in the United States government talking about respect? You haven't respected any country. This is your own people. They're white too, right? And this is why I say these criminals over here. It's not even about religion or like skin color or origin or anything. It's like it's all transactional, right? If they cannot make money, they're
you
not
to
dealing
come to
with
the
you.
Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems.
Well, we say the same thing. I mean, how is it possible that just average people with no fucking expertise in geopolitics or military or anything, they said this shit like 3 years ago. They said, ain't no way you're gonna win this war. And look at you right now, looking like a goofball. We told you you're gonna lose this war. You're not going to invade Russia. Okay, this is not like some small defenseless country. I mean, you can do that to Afghanistan because, well, first of all, nobody cares about Afghanistan. It's irrelevant. And they cannot defend themselves. Nobody want to align themselves with it because it's it's just like I said, it's irrelevant. And we told you like years ago, you're not going to win this war. First of all, they have nuclear weapons. And even if they don't use them, there's no way you can invade the country. See, like these Americans, they still think like this is like 1917. And I'm told you, like when you learn this behavior of trying to bully everybody and go around the world and trying to dictate everything, this is the same people that made this so-called UN Charter, right? They took it upon themselves to declare human rights, like somehow people in Indonesia, they don't know what their rights are. We have to listen to you. And so, like I said, this is just a fucking shit show. And like they learned this behavior. They don't want to. I understand that when you have power, you don't want to relinquish the power. I understand that, but like, come on, like things have changed, and they just can't get the whole like behavior out, you know, from their system. It's like the imperialist mindset will never go away. But then the only thing that is gonna stop this behavior is actually the humiliation. And you think, when you look at this video, you think that Zelensky is getting humiliated, but it's actually the United States getting humiliated on an international level. You can disagree all you want, but like this is like what everybody is seeing. Because you lost this war, you've been like acting like a tough guy, sending billions. You have homelessness in your country, you have drugs, you have whole human trafficking rings and shit. Oh, you didn't want to fix that, but you have like hundreds of billions for weapons.
That you say what problems we have.
I have been to.
Count one.
I've actually.
Sir, the problem you have is that you're talking to the mafia. The problem you have, I understand there's problem in the battlefield, you don't have enough people and shit like that. And yes, I'm anti-American and I'm anti-Ukraine. I will always align myself with Russia. Because, well, let me tell you, I don't have a problem. There's no history of Russian people killing my people, right? There's no history of Russia invading our region, our continent, doing bullshit in the global south. We don't have a problem with Russia. So don't expect us like to just like somehow like let me stop with the rumbling. These guys over here, this Zelensky, the problem he went to the biggest terrorist organization and he thought they're gonna be friendly towards him, and he's getting screwed. Like you're gonna hear about this thing about, like you probably heard it, I'm just reaction to it, but the whole thing with the mineral, you're dealing with the mafia, dude.
Watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring people, you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is...
You're disrespectful too. Okay, you're disrespectful too. You shouldn't involve yourself in regime change in 2014. That wasn't your business. What gives you the why do you think you're in a position to interfere with the election in a different country? Well, we know why you do that, because you hate Russian. But see, you pushed Russia into the hands of China. Now, you have like two superpowers that are declared to be your enemies. You put yourself in a bad situation, motherfucker.
Is trying to prevent the destruction of your country.
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us
Why does Donald Trump always talk with his hand like that?
what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on this
position to
question.
dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly what
this.
you're doing.
I'm not
You're
dictating.
in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very
you will
good.
Feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very
You
strong.
will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from-
very...
Well, he wasn't in a good position from the early beginning. Right? The moment he thought that America is gonna, like, white people don't have friends. I mean, if they're not killing and massacring, people in the global south, well, that's over. They can no longer do that because this is a new world order. There's a transition. You might not be aware of it, but it's unfolding in front of you. Now, you can never be friends with white people. Like I told you, if not, they're not massacring brown and blacks and other Asians, shit like that. They're gonna do it to themselves. I mean, look at just the European conflict. They start killing each other for no reason at all. There was no reason. Start two major conflicts in that continent just between themselves. Hundreds of millions of people dead. I mean, let's not even talk about the wounded and the emotional trauma and all that.
very
The very
bad position,
beginning
and
of
he
the
happens
war.
to be right about
From the
it.
very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a
Brown,
good position.
I
You don't
was
have
in
the cards right now. With us, you start having
not playing
cards.
cards.
But right now, you
I'm
don't.
very
Yeah, you're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War
do you-
III.
what do you think
You're
about?
gambling with
What do you
World
think
War
about?
III. And
You-
what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
I'm
He put himself in a bad position. Well, of course, I agree with Donald Trump. Even I think he's awful and all that. But he's right. Zelensky, you cannot go to the Oval Office and try to dictate the terms. You're a little homie. You should be humble and shut the fuck up, right? Because you decided to align yourself with them. I mean, like I told you, it's the motherfucking mafia.
That's
With
back
all
to you.
respect to your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No.
Said like you. Dude, what kind of question is that? Thank you? The guy is a fucking conflict. He had a whole war.
In this
Even
entire meeting,
today,
have you said thank
even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
He's not trying to save it. Stop the bullshit, dude. Why are you lying? I mean, what are you gonna expect Westerners to tell the truth or be honest for 1 minute? I mean, they're not trying to save the Ukraine. They don't care about Ukraine, and then they're gonna get the minerals, and that's it. Millions of people dead. Russia keep the territory, and this is how it's gonna go. And then Trump and his administration are gonna become more rich. And you know, average people, you motherfuckers talking about, oh, this should happen. First of all, there's two things I want to say. Not everybody needs to have an opinion on what the government does. You think your opinion matters, but you're just over there on Twitter and whatever podcast and talking about this shit. I'm doing this because this is entertainment for me. I'm not like, I'm giving my opinion, but like I don't trying to like interfere or like tell the government what to do, because the government does what it does. And second thing I want to say, whether it's Gaza or whether it's Ukraine or some other conflict, and you trying to like give your input and you think you're gonna get something from it, you ain't getting nothing. Okay, when they're gonna get this estimated, there's about 100 trillion. This is just an estimation. As far as we know, and the international organization that went there and trying to look for this mineral, they say there's no evidence that they actually exist, or that Ukrainians have the capabilities to extract them. And the extraction of this mineral is highly toxic. All I'm trying to say is that you, as an average person, you're not getting a slice of that shit. You're getting nothing. What they're doing here is just like they're gonna keep all the money and then they're gonna give you inflation. That's what you're gonna get.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No.
Can
You've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this.
I.
You have a damn
We-
good chance of
we are
coming out
staying.
okay.
We told you, sir, we told you this shit a long time ago. We told you you're not gonna win it. You're dealing with Russia. You're not gonna win against Russia. The Russians are not gonna give up their territory. They're gonna like, they have nuclear capabilities, and there's nothing that you can do to make them like. I mean, listen, I don't know. It's kind of diplomatic. It's kind of like politics bullshit, you know. But like I don't know why he's acting like that. Why he's acting like it's like something. I'm just gonna speed it up
Because of
because
us.
Mr. President,
it's
we
too
are
much
staying in
talk.
our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this
We
cabinet.
gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid
thank you.
president, $350 billion.
You will.
That is a lie. That is a fat lie. You didn't give him 350. It was less than 100. Stop, man. Stop lying.
We
For
gave you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and your
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about
If
West?
you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
you invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of times thank you to American people.
Except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong.
Dude, let's go in private. I mean, Zelensky is not in a position to dictate the terms, and even though I don't agree with his, I mean, I think he's very corrupt governments over there, you know. And you know what I'm saying? And the problem is
We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on over
understand,
there.
sir.
I think it's very important.
yes,
That's why
it's important for us to see what your humiliation. See, the last thing I want to say, Zelensky and the Ukrainians should align themselves with the Russians. I mean, you had no freaking business dealing with America or Europe or whatever. You just crossed the borders. You had your brothers and sisters living next to you. They speak the same language, but pretty much the same language. same culture, they look like you, and somehow you're going to this blonde orange man, trying to thinking that he's your friend, and that's like, what do you want me to tell you? Like, it's crazy. You want to make Russia your enemy and deal with America? Well, here's what you got.
I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
again,
running
I
low
know.
on soldiers. Listen,
Please,
you're running
Mr.
low on
President.
soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And
President.
then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, Trump is right. You check the ceasefire, sign whatever contract they give you, sell those resources, you know, and then if you can take a little bit from the money that you been hiding all these years, you know, take it, go live somewhere, go live in motherfucking Kuwait or motherfucking Pakistan, I don't know. But like, yeah, you don't have any future, yeah, and then the guy is gonna resign in 2 weeks.
Killed.
I
hope
want
I'm
to stop
wrong.
the war. But
You're
I
saying
said,
you don't want a
but
ceasefire.
I said to you,
I want a
with
ceasefire
guarantees.
because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
Doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what
Why the people, motherfucker, you're kidnapping people on the street to send them to the battlefield. This is not a fair war. These people didn't ask for that.
That wasn't with me. That was with a
you.
guy named Biden, who was not a smart person.
This
That
is
was
your-
Okay, well, Biden or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's still the U.S. administration. Criminals, I mean, first of all, there's no difference between the Republican and the Democrat. This is just like a circus. It's a fucking clown show. Anyway, see you next time.